Thanks for joining me. Here are 2 of 4 of the cards for our Focus Friday today. The first card is going to be a slimline design. And we're going to use the basic pattern decorative mask along with our new blending brushes. Now these are like sponges for blending ink. And it's really nice. I've labeled mine by different colors. After putting masks on my cardstock, I'm going to attach one of the decorative masks and start sponging. Now when you sponge in a circular motion. So you tap the brush onto your ink pad and then just go in a circular motion to get the ink onto your cardstock. The ink color I'm using is Blushing Bride. The cardstock color is Blushing Bride as well. And I just wanted a real subtle background. Then I just wash these off with water. Then this technique I want to show you of using Versamark. Now I could have used each color of ink on here, but I wanted you to see that you can use Versamark, which gives a watermark or a darker shade of the color you're using, or of the cardstock that you're using. The cardstock colors are Blushing Bride, Daffodil Delight, Pear Pizzazz, Pumpkin Pie, Mambo Melon, and Balmy Blue. So I could have used each of those ink pads, but I just wanted you to see that you don't have to have all those colors. And then here I stamped the wrong direction. I didn't allow enough space for my punch. So you always have to consider the orientation of your punch. So I did redo that one, the Blushing Bride. So then I adhered the Whisper White cardstock over the top, and I'm going to use some twine. So I'm just laying it across the center and with Stampin' Dimensionals on each of the pieces that I punched out that will hold the twine in place. And when I was doing this card, I placed the yellow piece a little too far over to the right. So when you do yours, try to go a little bit further over to the left with your first placement of the punched piece. And just layer the colors. I just didn't leave enough room for the blue on that one side. So I just tie a bow, and then I'm going to cut a circle out of vellum, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment onto Whisper White, and then I will cut the words apart. Fussy cut. Then to adhere the sentiments, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal with my silicone mat to protect my surface from getting adhesive on my work surface. Then using a glue dot under the vellum to adhere the vellum piece. Tear and tape is a very good, strong adhesive. Perfect for adhering cardstock to cardstock. It's strong enough. Then I'm just going to layer my cards together. There you go, a slimline card. This next card we're going to use the embossing folder, Old World, which gives a crinkle look on your paper. We used to, back in the day, actually wad up our paper to give the same effect, but now we have the folder that gives us a beautiful texture. Then I'm going to stamp 3 times with each of these stamps, and then I'll be coloring them with markers, Stampin' Write markers. This color is Granny Apple Green. I used the Granny Apple Green together with a garden green for the ones that have the birds on them, and then the ones with just the flowers I used Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive for the greenery. One of the birds I did in yellow and gray, another one I did all in red, and the other one I did in a balmy blue and mango. Then see how perfectly they fit into the punch. Just punch them all out, and then we'll be using dimensionals to adhere those to the card front. And we're going to kind of offset them, starting over the top of the edge and then trimming it off, and then just lining them up underneath each other. Then for the sentiment, we are going to emboss on black paper with white emboss powder. Always use your embossing buddy. Versamark. Then I trimmed the edges. Here's something that's kind of fun to do. If you outline, it gives you depth of your picture. So you can outline, what I'm using is crumb cake here, but you can use a light beige, or you could even use light gray or light blue. But this gives a depth to your coloring that just adds. So just outline around the edges, gives a really nice look. Thank you for joining me today for my Focus Friday posted for you, which comes with a stamp set and a punch. The other 2 cards are available on the Stampin' Up! YouTube channel. Thank you.